Hello, this is Steaming Bullet. I am the creator of the Frollo RPG, and rather than making an epic video montage as I've done before, I'm actually going to talk for once. For those of you that have just come to play the test demo and derp around in it, at least stay for a few minutes so that way you don't end up getting confused and yelling at me in the comments. Alright. First off, yes, today the test demo is released, and when you jump in, you'll notice quite a few things. For example, there will be a lot of placeholder unfinished things. It is nowhere near finished. It is not finished. But for the most part, it's playable. You will be able to flow through the story fine. You'll be able to play the game and battle. Animated battlers are now working, but don't jump in thinking it's going to be perfect until the demo stops. Don't expect this to be an actual demo. This is mainly for feedback on what to do and how I can make this game better. Another thing I like too is when you play the game, you don't all have to do this, but it'd be nice if someone could leave notes and comment about me. I love feedback. I love being told that something is wrong or something is too powerful, something is too weak, something isn't going the right way. Please, just send me comments if you need to. Don't hold back. Just don't send me, oh, this person doesn't have a sprite yet, oh, this battler doesn't battler right yet, if it's obviously not a battler sprite. Next up, as you know, I've started this game about late August last year. I don't think I published it till about September, but I've been working on it since then. One night I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? I've tried to use RPG Maker, let's learn. I spent the night up reading tutorials, and the next day I was like, let's make a game. And this was about after the new Frollo show episode came up, the Frollo story. And it came to me, and I decided, let's do this. And so I made out a poorly made Notre Dame. I got a character named him Frollo, and I just kind of went from there. Now, earlier I didn't want to start testing the game without any sort of things that look like Frollo. So something I did is I started experimenting with various sprites online, and no matter what, it just didn't seem to fit the style of the show. And I knew eventually that if I were to continue, I'd have to find sprites for the very vague characters like Hitler, Billy Mays, and that's just, it'd be a lot harder, and if I did find them, it wouldn't be the right style. I eventually decided to think back, and I remember a certain Frollo episode where Frollo's in his bed, or at his birthday, dreaming, and it was a sort of Yume Nikki kind of style visual for a bit. And I'm like, this would fit nice. And rather than approaching the creator, as I should have done, I decided to screenshot it and make it by hand. I basically took the Maratsuki sprites, took the picture, and I just kind of went from there and edited it, and it turned out pretty fine. Next thing on the list was I could have made Ahmed Frollo, Hans, and Dimitri, and the Frollo family was complete. All I had to do was replace a few hats, and that was pretty much it. Got harder than when it came to characters like Gaston, and they don't quite fit the Yume Nikki style right. It's not optimal, so I had to improvise for him, and for the rest of the characters I just kind of went off with what I had. Pan and Stocking had custom sprites, however, they came out nicely. Hades had to be a bigger character, and he was in. And for the next few months, after releasing the first video, I worked hard. And then the trial went out, and I had no way to work on the game other than going to college and using one they had there. But they were very much not approving of the sexual stuff in their games. So it's kind of hard when you're trying to make a game and you have Hades telling Scantini Socks to take their clothes off, and you got Hans Frollo doing his thing. Yeah. As many of you have probably known by now, and some of you probably still don't, this is purely a one-man project. I have been doing everything that has been involved with coding, map making, character making. It's pretty much all been me. The only thing I can't take credit for is certain scripts and the various audio files and music, and a few of the custom tile sets and item icons. However, on a future day, I do actually plan to create a custom tile set, maybe get some custom music. I am putting as much work into this as I possibly can. This test demo was actually planned to be released for January, but what happened was I was sick for most of that month, and I started playing it, and I'm like, I don't even know if this game works. I cannot test this in the time I have. And I'm like, hey, let's have other people test it. But then I was able to get a few friends to actually play test the game for me. One of them backed out, and the other one has never actually seen the Frollo show, so it's kind of amusing seeing him experience the show through the game. And for the past few weeks, we've been working on it. We have found various game-breaking bugs. We've balanced a few things. We've made things a bit more appealing for the players. The rest is up to you guys, to be fair. When I release this, I plan to maybe take a few days off, relax, see what you guys have to say about this, and then I'm going to work hard again. I'm going to get more playtesters, going to finalize character portraits, sprites, tile sets, and then I'm going to continue the story. The thing with the story is that once I got to the end of the Wilfius battle, I started looking ahead and I'm like, I can't continue this story. I'm going to be so overworked if I go any further, because I'm going to still have sprites I need to do, I'm still going to have character portraits, I'm still going to have sounds, some scripts I'm going to be adding in might mess things up, so I had to finalize everything I did now. So that's why the story on the whole is on hiatus, but the development and bug fixing is continuing hardcore, faster than before. It's going good. All I could really do now is, well, at some point, I actually plan to approach the creator of the Frollo show and maybe get some assets like the Wilfius battle music, some images, sound effects, just general things that I could probably use for my game. So far, I've been much of a coward because I'm not really a very talkative person. I was like very tempted to not release the Frollo RPG video when I did, and back in August. But it got a positive reception, people liked it, creator approved, and I was like, you know what, let's do this. If it weren't for you guys, I probably would have stopped in September. Now, what do I plan to do now? I plan to, as I said, take a few days off maybe. Yeah, no, I'm actually gonna just continue working. I probably shouldn't have said that. Right now I'm in the mood, I want to use this mood to its fullest potential. I want to work hard. I'm still adding stuff to this day. It's hard releasing things and then realizing I'm still working on better things to make it better. But I have to do it at some point. I can't just say, no, we're not going to release it anymore. You guys are still a big part of this. And that's all I really have to say. Enjoy the test demo, and you'll hear more from me.